Whoa, you were seeing that number correctly. $500 million. We're talking about the TV advice guru Dr. Phil, and he is caught up in a legal mess so huge it could have been an entire season of his own show. Okay, let's get into this.
And hey, before we dive into all the drama, if you want to stay on top of wild stories just like this one, do me a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. You are not going to want to miss what's coming up.
So how does a massive TV partnership just completely implode into a $500 million lawsuit? Well, it's a story packed with alleged fraud, a ton of broken promises, and some very, very unhappy TV executives. And you're going to want to stick around because, trust me, just when you think you got it all figured out, this story takes a turn that you will absolutely not see coming. It gets wild. All right, let's break down Dr. Phil's $500 million problem. At its heart, this is a massive fight between him and the world's largest Christian TV network, with a price tag that is just staggering. I mean, just look at that number again, let it sink in. That is what the Trinity broadcast network, you probably know them as TBN, is claiming they lost, all because of Dr. Phil. It's an absolutely jaw-dropping figure, and it's right at the center of a huge fraud claim.
So on one side, you have the Dr. Phil that we all know from TV, right? The go-to advice guy. But on the other side, TBN is painting a completely different picture. They're accusing him of a deliberate, years-long fraudulent scheme that was just designed to make him richer. A total flash of images. Now, to really understand how we even got here, we've got to go back. Let's rewind to 2023, when this whole thing kicked off with what everyone thought was going to be the perfect TV partnership. So here's the deal that started all the trouble. After Dr. Phil left his longtime show over at CBS, he was looking for a new home, a fresh start. And he found it with TBN. They signed him to this massive 10-year commitment to be the star of their brand new network. And here's what that deal looked like. TBN says they agreed to pay Dr. Phil's company $20 million right up front. Then, another $50 million every single year for a decade. In return, Dr. Phil was supposed to deliver 160 brand new 90-minute episodes each year. That was the plan anyway. But yeah, that plan completely fell apart. And it fell apart fast. So let's get into TBN's side of the story and see exactly how this dream deal turned into an absolute legal nightmare. Okay, so according to the lawsuit, the accusations are just explosive. TBN claims Dr. Phil faked a whole bidding war with his old network, CBS, just to jack up the price. They're also saying he lied about his show's revenue and how many people were actually watching. And here's the big one. They claim those 160 new episodes, they never showed up. And to top it all off, TBN says he then tried to charge them an extra $100 million for his library of old shows. But it gets even more specific. The lawsuit claims that instead of giving them his own new content, Dr. Phil was just pushing the new network to sign these super expensive deals with his friends. And they name-drop people like Steve Harvey and Nancy Grace. Okay, so if you're thinking, wow, that's messy, just hold on. Because the way this whole thing is structured, legally, makes it a true labyrinth. It's about to get way more confusing. So this whole thing was set up as a joint company called Merit Street Media. TBN, the Christian network, owns the majority, a 70% stake. Dr. Phil's company owns the other 30%. Now remember that 70-30 split. It's about to get really weird. Because this past July, that joint company, Merit Street Media, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I mean, that is a massive red flag that things were going completely and totally off the rails. And this is where it turns into a legal pretzel. Merit Street Media, the company that is 70% owned by TBN, is now suing TBN. Yes, you heard me right. The company that Dr. Phil co-owns is suing its own majority owner. It's nuts. And just when you think this story can't get any more bizarre, it does. If the legal battle wasn't strange enough, Dr. Phil's activities outside the courtroom have been raising a lot of eyebrows. While his media empire was basically imploding, he was exploring a very unexpected new hobby. That's right. For reasons that nobody has really explained, Dr. Phil was spotted tagging along with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, on actual raids. First in Chicago, and then again just a few months later in LA. And it led to this incredibly surreal moment caught on camera. During one of these raids, a man who was being detained actually recognized the TV star. When the man said, "I've seen Dr. Phil on TV,"
Dr. Phil actually replied back, "How do you know me?" I mean, what a truly bizarre exchange to have in the middle of a very serious situation.
Which kind of leaves us with the $1 million, or I guess the $500 million question. With his whole media empire caught in this legal firestorm, what in the world is next for Dr. Phil? Is his future on television or somewhere else entirely? So what do you make of all this? Is this a massive fraud, or is it just a business deal that went spectacularly wrong? Drop your theories down in the comments below. And hey, if this explainer helped you make any sense of the madness, hitting that like and subscribe button really, really helps us out. Thanks for hanging out with me.